Figure it out.
Hello, this is Adam Koralik with Flying and Eating. Today, let's go somewhere and do something, and make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Hey guys, it's Adam here. In the previous episodes of Flying and Eating, I made my way out to Berlin, Germany. We did a whole bunch of history stuff, we explored, it's been a lot of fun, but today we're going to an entirely different country.
Guten Morgen. Well, actually, it's like the afternoon, but I don't know how to say that. Anyway, I'm back with Chris. He's over there ordering some doner kebab because all Germans are obsessed with doner kebab. And I'm sure he'll tell you about it. He got me one too. I'll pay him back, obviously. And then we're doing something special, but you have to wait for that. What's the deal with this? Why are you guys so obsessed with this?
So it's basically a Turkish dish, and they realized people are too lazy to sit down to eat, so they put it into some bread, and now it's I think our biggest Berlin export.
Is it Turkish food?
It's technically Turkish, but this form is from Berlin.
Okay. So what kind of spices or flavors or anything we got going on here?
So we got a whole load of salad, meat. I'm not even sure what type of meat it is.
Gyro, probably?
I'm not sure. So, and the different types of sauce.
As long as it's not like cat meat or something.
It's not cat meat.
That's good.
I think it's some sort of beef, but
All right, whatever. Enjoy. We left the mall. What'd you think?
It was a pretty good fast food dinner place. Nothing special, but I'm happy.
Yeah, he selected it not because he was like, this is the place. It was more like, this is the concept. It was good. It was fine. I liked it just fine, but I don't have enough frame of reference. What's with my hair? Look at that. You see that?
It's looking good. I like it.
Oh, thank you. So we were just talking about Uber Arena, and then over there you have Uber Eats Music Hall, which of course we mentioned before. Uber's based in the US. It actually is not from here. But as you were just saying, Uber's kind of sort of illegal here.
Yeah, technically you need a license to transport people around. And I highly doubt most of these drivers have that.
And yeah, so the funny thing is I have used Uber here, but every time you load it up, Uber's like, yeah, no problem. But by the way, this isn't really Uber. It's like a contract hire. So I just find it very funny that in a country that effectively Uber doesn't technically exist in, it has Uber Arena and Uber Eats Music Hall. It's just like, you can tell it was only picked solely because the word Uber is German. You are the Uber German. What the hell is Chicago's Lounge? Oh yes, Chicago. We're well known for our barbecue specials. This is why I hate when other countries try to take on stuff like this. It's like if you came and you're like, oh, I want to go to the Berlin House in Chicago. What do they sell? We sell tacos at Berlin House.
Or pretzels and Weissbier.
No, see, that's at least a stereotype that would make sense. That should be like deep dish pizza and like poorly done. But barbecue? We're not known for that at all. What have you done?
We are. Germany's known for barbecue.
German sense of humor, man. All right, fast forward. We are now, here's a surprise for you. We're in Frankfurt. Aren't you excited? Back in Frankfurt?
It's the other one. The one nobody cares about.
I see that was a little bait and switch right there. Yeah, there's two Frankfurts in Germany. There's the one I've taken you guys to, like the major city with like the airport, basically an airport with a city around it. And then there's this one. Why are we in this Frankfurt?
It borders Poland.
Yes. We're going to hop over to Poland. It'll be the first time I've been to Poland in this channel. I've been to Poland before, but I've never shown it to you guys before. We're just going to a little border town. I don't remember the name of it. Pretty much going over there, just kind of explore, show you guys some stuff, see some Polish things, maybe get some kielbasa or pierogies or something. Who knows? Very stereotypical. Also, shout out to my boy Sunshine, who is half Polish and desperately wanted to go to Poland, but when I asked him to come out here, he told me to kill myself. And so, you, I'm going to Poland, you're not. I know you don't know this guy, but do you want to make fun of him?
No, I refuse.
Principled German, who knew? So we just came out of, there's a McDonald's right there. That one is because it's near the Polish border, so it's near a civilized country. They don't charge you for bathrooms, so I appreciated that. But do enjoy your German Coke, because admittedly that's great.
I paid for your bathroom.
You didn't have to pay for it. That's the thing. The Poles would come over and be like, that's barbaric. You can't do that. So anyway, up here is the border. Now, of course, both countries are in the Schengen zone, so there's no border control or anything like that. At least this is basically border control, and that's only for like official business. It's not for like tourists just walking across. So at the border sign, so Frankfurt Oder is where we are. We're about to leave it. Slubice, I'm assuming the pronunciation, I don't actually know. That's the town we're going to. And obviously the border itself is this bridge and the river. Based on Google Maps, and I don't know how accurate that is, the border isn't like halfway through the river. It's actually pretty much at the end point on this side. So like, see where the concrete is? I guess just on the other side of that is technically Poland as opposed to halfway. Again, if you were to believe Google Maps. Yes, everybody, the Sega Pluto has added another country. It is now in Poland, officially. So on this side of the border, you can still see Germany back there, obviously. You turn here, you're greeted by Coca-Cola. Again, you're welcome. We spread that to all of you. Nice flags out here, Polish flags. You know, my Polish pronunciation is terrible. So, Slubice, Biblioteka. Donde está la biblioteca? We found it. I didn't know they spoke Spanish here. It says Asa Biblioteca, yeah? Anyway, incidentally, Biblioteca is written in the Blockbuster font, which is a little weird. I don't drink beer, but I do know that is the definitive, iconic Polish beer. And below it, all American themed food. Damn right. We're not going to be going very far in Poland, obviously. We're just doing this one little border town. But to my fellow Americans, you might enjoy Poland. It's fun. I've been out here before. I've been to Gdansk. I've been to Warsaw a little bit. Poland is the most European, pro-American country of all of them. Probably the most pro-American country that exists on this planet that isn't literally the United States. It's pretty cool. And just as a bonus, like every Polish person for some reason wants to go to Chicago, so me being from there, it's like superstar status. You're gonna get jealous real quick. See, over here, you're the foreigner.
That is true. And
yeah.
I'm already jealous that I'm not you.
Yeah, as you should be. So on this side of the border, you'll see a lot of like cigarette stores, alcohol shops, clothing shops. Like most border towns on this planet, they put everything they know the tourists want as quickly as possible right on the border. So in your case, it's more unique though, because the border doesn't have a real border control system because it's all Schengen zone stuff. But people, you gotta remember, Poland doesn't use the euro. It uses the zloty, which is about, last time I checked, one zloty is like an American 25 cents. So probably about 20 cents euro, something like that.
Something like that.
Yeah, so stuff's a lot cheaper over here, stuff like that that's more essential. So basically, if you live on that side of the border and you want cheap socks, drive over here and get them for like a third the price. You could have got that Coca-Cola for so much cheaper.
Are you sure? Isn't it standardized?
I don't know, but German Coke's much better, I'll give you that. Hell yeah, they have the Biedronka. Alright, so that's a ladybug. I used to call it the Biedronka bee, even though it's obviously not a bee. Those are grocery stores. We're definitely going to check that out. But first we're going to Media Expert, because it came up under video game searches, but that looks a lot like they sell clothes, dude. Are you sure about this?
No.
9.
There
you go. So we found the games. I don't think we're getting anything, but it is kind of cool to see some of the names in Polish. But also, interesting thing about Polish versions, a lot of time, because so much of the population speaks English, it's got that, but also specifically notes when it speaks Polish as well. Alright guys, we're going to the Biedronka, which apparently, in Germany, you can't have a grocery store open 7 days a week, which I think is fascistic and insane. But here, they allow it. Little America town, baby.
By the way,
yeah?
the Döner, round bread, sin.
Oh, he's finding flaws. So you can see his German patriotism coming out now that he's crossed the border. For me, ironically, it's like almost going back to Little America Town, even though it's not. Some stuff is just funny. British Empire tea. The great taste of Britain. Oh, check it out. They got gofri. These are like, I know gofri is one of the only Polish words I know. It just means waffle. Cool. Yimi hot dog, Amerikanski style. They're prepackaged buns, cheese, and the actual hot dog. That is horrifying to me. That's not. I like pierogies though. We'll have to do pierogies later. Those are a Ruski pierogi? So we got some Polish dessert items. The Greski. I know Prince Polo bars. Those are a big deal over here. Those I know. And you're looking at the prices again. For an American, take the price, divide it by 4, and that's pretty much what you get in USD. So I'm having something of an adorable time here because as I look at all these like grocery items and everything, I'm kind of used to this process. This dude lives an hour from the border but never comes here. So he's like, look, the prices, they're different.
Culture shock.
And
I'm finding things with German names I've never seen before.
He's never experienced like going anywhere. So like when I go to other countries, you can go to like Canada or something, you'll see stuff that's made in the US that you've never heard of, and you just go, whatever, it's funny. But to him, this is like brand new. Strange to me. I'm glad you're having a good time.
I'm having a great time.
He even said he wanted to move here because of the Bedronka. It's weird.
I do.
Why do
It's
you want?
cheap.
Yes. This is like what I was just talking about. So Manhattan ice cream. We don't make this. This is not from New York. In fact, I don't think I've ever seen this brand outside of Poland. As I said, sometimes they just like to find stuff from our culture. Apparently, I'm rich here. Look at this. The United States of America, $1 million in gold. I'm going to make you rich. Help yourself.
Oh, thank you very much.
You're very welcome. I've never seen this one before. A Nesquik bar. This might have been a thing at some point in time. I don't remember ever seeing this in my life. You?
No, me neither. I've never seen that one.
All right, well, we're getting one for my cousin. My cousin's going to get a bunch of good stuff. I swear to you, this cousin does exist. He gets to eat all the candy he wants, and he never gains any weight. It really sucks, but at least I have the fun of, like, finding cool stuff like that.
Hi.
All right, so the only thing you got was what?
I got a Coke, a Polish one.
All right, now what does it say on it?
It says Norbert, the Norbert Coke.
Yeah, I got one too. I am Cornelia. I'm a baller. But yeah, we got Polish Coke because we want to see how it compares to the German Coke. Not a fair comparison because it is a can, and he can't figure out how to open it. Okay, he did it.
Not American enough to open a can.
Wow. All right.
Cheers.
Yeah. Well, I'm not drinking one, but yeah.
It's not as sweet, I think.
The McDonald's Coke, especially from Germany, is going to be the best you can get. So it's not really a fair comparison, but at least you got to do something.
It's fizzier, I think. More gas.
Well, it's been contained in a can.
That is true.
Which is weird because you guys are obsessed with the damn gas. You're always putting in the water and everything.
I think it has a bit of an aftertaste that the German Coke doesn't have.
Yeah, it's called the can.
Yes.
So Tony Soprano, it turns out he didn't die at the end. He came to Poland and opened a pizza shop. What the hell? Guess which one he is and guess which one I am.
The good half.
Yeah, I'm the good half. Thank you.
No.
So we went to this place, Douna Steak and Grill Restaurant. It has like the little, what's the name of that car?
It's a Trabant.
The one from Berlin. The car that you guys drive all around.
The cardboard car.
Yeah, so that's like, it's famously, you see the front of that car. What's up, man? It's the one you see the front of that car all the time in Berlin, popping through the wall. That's the back of the car from the other side of the wall.
And the real one is over there.
Yeah, that's not even rare. But yeah, so let's walk with me, talk with me. So we're out getting food, and not a good start here. There's pickles in the food. Do you eat pickles?
I do.
No, then
yes.
you get that away.
I think this is Schmaltz. Do you know what this is?
No.
Like fat.
All right, I got plenty of that. Little espresso here comes with Zucker, and I got an orange juice by Cappy, which I think is owned by Coca-Cola, funny enough. But yep, Coca-Cola company, but made out of Warsaw. Guys, he's actually gonna eat this, like on purpose.
Like this is a good old Schmalzstolle with a pickle.
What is Schmalzstolle?
Schmalz is a Schmalz. And I don't know what it is translated, I have no idea. But a Stulle is bread.
Yeah, that part's fine. It's the pickle that I take offense to. Oh my god, he's eating it.
It's good. I think I broke off a tooth.
All right, our pierogies have arrived. So we got a little pepper deal that's gonna just get off there. We don't need that.
It's really the only healthy thing on that plate.
That's why I got rid of it. You don't put health food in real food. So inside this restaurant, they have a whole bunch of license plates of the U.S. and oddly enough Canada, but two Illinois ones. Nice. What'd you think of those pierogies?
They were pretty good.
Yeah, those grew on me. Those weren't like the standard size ones, but you got like 30 of them.
The deal is, I had one or two. I said, they're all right. Like, but with everything you eat, like you want another one.
Yeah, they get a little addictive.
You don't want to stop.
Yeah, it was good. I was happy with that. Even though this is not a town known for the pierogies, we're in Poland. We wanted a pierogi, you know? And it's not like I'm in Chicago where pierogies are everywhere, but I still wanted to do it anyway. So yeah, I think that was cool. The only downside of that place, and it was a little shocking to us, is they did not accept credit cards, which made it a little weird. But thankfully you came in the clutch Because you have an ATM card.
I had to get cash. Now I have,
Oh yeah, show them the zloty. We had to get
50
Polish zloty.
Useless zloty in my pocket that I will spend on chocolate probably in the store. I got a free cookie out of it.
Yeah, two technically. Now the funniest thing about that actually, and I told him this before, what was it, the other day, if not today, right before this trip. You know, I have like a foreign currency exchange type of deal in my apartment. I'm just like, oh, do I have any euros? No, I didn't have any. I picked up an entire bag of zloty that I had from a trip here, you know, like 12, 13 years ago. I'm not going to Poland. I don't need this. Put it back in there. Had no idea we were actually going to go to Poland because that would have been super helpful right now. Oh, well, sorry about that. But again, guys, we did find the biblioteca, so it all worked out. We'll give them credit for this. They at least put ATMs everywhere because it's a border town. So it makes sense because Germany's right there. They're like, they don't use the euro over here. So to be fair to those guys, though, they were willing to accept euros. You just didn't have any.
I just looked it up. Like, I paid 5 euros in fees to get 40 euros.
And you guys wonder why I hate cash. It's, to be fair, it's kind of our fault. We should have asked them if they took credit cards. We just, you know, didn't. So we're back at the Biedronka, and he's got to figure out which chocolate to get. And the problem is a bunch of it's like on sale, but we're not entirely certain how the sale works. I've translated it, and I think it's normally that. And if you buy a second one, then the second one is that. So we have to do multiple levels of translation here. You have to do mathematics, get it up to a 50, and then convert that to euros and to dollars.
It's all to burn 50 zloty that
Which,
I have in my pocket and have no use for.
Well, yeah, you're just buying some chocolate. Well, the thing we're trying to avoid is going to like 51 zloty. It's like Price is Right logic. This is a hot dog bun. And apparently they have already pre-cut the holes. You just shove a hot dog. That's kind of cool. All right, so you excited? How close do you think you're going to get to your 50 with your bread?
I think we had like 47 or something.
Okay. And your booze. You have a drinking problem. You're German, so that makes sense.
I have accepted that fate.
Of being German?
Of having a drinking problem.
Oh. So he failed.
I failed
So unfortunately, we got the one Polish person under 50 that couldn't speak English. so she just like points at the screen, and it was 58. He goes, 58? And so he's like trying to be all complex. Can we take something out of here and make it smaller? The woman's just staring daggers at him because she doesn't really. Either she understood and she just didn't want to deal with him, or she didn't know what the hell she was talking about. I'm not going to deal with this. So I pay for it with the credit card. He gives me the 50 zloty. That pays back the part I owe him for the food. We're done here. Now I have a bunch of worthless toilet paper money, and he's got a bunch of breakfast items. But whatever, everybody wins, except me. For the record, this is what a Polish license plate looks like. All EU license plates look the same, except the country is denoted on the left. You guys need to be way more interesting.
I'm eating.
Okay. Poland is behind us. We are on our way out. We're going to cross the mighty whatever the hell this is.
The Oder.
The one that smells?
No, the river.
I would once again remind you of that restaurant. You'll have to forgive me for this. I would never normally show you a urinal, but this fact that this is called anti-odor and the other side of the border, the German side, is called odor, that just made me laugh. Okay, exactly. It's a joke across the border. Probably very unintentional. Only Americans would even get it. That's the funniest part. So right there you can see the sign to re-enter Germany. If you wouldn't mind, can you go back to your country? Get out of here. Go, go, go. We are now in different countries. How do you feel about that?
I feel pretty happy to be back.
You just almost stepped back over the border. So you're allowed to dance over there? Is dancing now? Dancing doesn't seem like it would be legal in Germany. Sunlight is not usually legal in Germany, so that's really surprising. Anyway, I'm going to leave Poland now, and I'm back in Germany. Oh, look, you're back in Poland. Now I'm going to stay in Germany now.
I'm funny over here.
Yeah, it's true. He has a sense of humor on that side of the border. The second he crossed over here, he was like, the train will be late.
It will be late. We have to hurry up.
Okay. See, I told you, you have an odor.
It's the Oder, the river.
Yeah, you smell.
I don't.
So you smell efficiently.
What?
When you find out Joseph the Heart-Off Destroyer opened a gym. Hey, yeah. All right, we're going to take the train back into Berlin, and then he's got to go off to another train, and I'm going to head back to my hotel, so I'm going to say goodbye to you on this trip.
Bye to you too.
Yeah. So, do you have fun over in Poland doing Polish things?
Poland is pretty good. I will return there at one point.
Yeah, that's when Germans say that. That's not a great thing.
Next time he is in town, we'll go
with the Americans to break the peace up. Yeah. No, we'll come in town. He said I should crash at his place next time, so I'll just do that, and then we'll go to Poland. But we're going to go further into Poland. We'll actually stay there, go to some other cities. I'm going to make him just stay in Poland. That's what the Poles love, when Germans come over.
I'm pretty sure they love that. Yes. Will you turn it off? Can I push that?
Guten Morgen, day. Who knows? I am now clearly back at the airport. I'm in BER. It's time to go home. Basically, unless something changes, same exact route. We're going to fly from here to Newark. We'll clear U.S. Customs and all that fun stuff when we get there, and then on home to Chicago. Now, funny, I should be able to use the Lufthansa Star Alliance Gold Lounge. The United app says I should. It doesn't know where it is, so that'll be a journey. I'm going to go inside, check in, all that stuff. European aviation is like the worst thing in the universe. They're terrible at it, so that's why I try to stick to the American stuff as much as possible, aka using a United, which is an American airline. But like, we'll see how the gate situation is, passport control. Well, not passport control, but we do have to deal with that too. Boarding pass control, aka what we would call like TSA, as well as like actual customs, because we have to do exit customs because you have to leave the Schengen zone. You're leaving Germany, unlike the US, which doesn't have exit customs because they already know. And then just finding out where your gate is. If you don't know this, the Europeans do absolutely everything wrong when it comes to aviation. Like, any idea you have on how to do something, they had the same idea and said, nope, let's do it wrong. We just do the opposite of that idea. So one perfect example of this is you can go to clear customs, you can get beyond all that stuff, you can be like, all right, I'm ready to walk to my gate. They will intentionally not tell you what gate you're going to until about a few minutes before boarding. And then predictably, there's a mad rush from people to run out there. People miss the flights all the time. They just haven't seemed to figure this out. Meanwhile, as an American, I can log into the United Airlines app. It'll tell me the gate right now, even though they won't tell me. Let me give you an example of what I mean. So these are check-ins, like let's say it's Lufthansa. However, that can change. That can be any different number of airlines. So there's no signage that says like, this airline is always over here. Whereas in the US, you would always know exactly where to go because it's always labeled correctly and permanently. So people predictably have to stand up there, find their flight, and then find a little arrow that tells them where to go, which is wonderful because once you get there, most of the time, gates aren't even open, and you have to sit around and wait. And sometimes these gates do not open until 2 hours prior to boarding, which, you know, is like the bare minimum in which you're supposed to be there. So people, I see that happen all the time. They'll get in the line as soon as it opens, and they still miss the flight, because by the time they're up there to check their bag in and everything, oh, you waited too long, sorry, you missed your flight. And meanwhile, over there you can see United in the background, bastion of sanity that's already ready to go. Actually, this is a perfect example of what I'm talking about. LOT Polish Airlines. That's where they are. People are waiting to board or check in, and they just can't. All right, I am through security. As always happens, everything was checked, double checked, and then rechecked. And of course, there was nothing there. Now, onto border control. Right here at the bottom, that's my flight. This is exactly what I'm talking about. See how they won't tell you the flight number or the gate number? The United app will. It's a D17. I don't have to listen to this. All right, we've walked past the required gift shop, and now we have to make some decisions. So we're in the D section. I know that because United isn't stupid. But the Lufthansa lounges, which is what I would technically be possible to get into, are down there. So we're going to go try that for a little bit. But remember, I have not exited the Schengen zone yet, so I haven't gone through exit customs. And technically, when you go into usually the US section, European airports have like a quote-unquote American check, so I'm probably going to have to go through that too. What I'm saying here is time management is a factor. Okay, so hypothetically, this is what we're looking for. Star Alliance Gold, I should be allowed in. That worked in Japan, we're going to try it here. All right, it worked. I am in the Lufthansa lounge. There's two of them that I'm apparently eligible for. This one technically has a smoking section. Other than that, they're the same. So we're going to hand up the buffet, where if I can find it. But yeah, there's a whole nother section back there. Look at that. So it's kind of funny. I can't find any like juices. We have coffee, we have soda, we even have beer on tap because Germany, and lots of other boozes, but no juice. Correction, I found it along with more booze. Alright, so here's we got espresso, apple juice, orange juice, some pancakes with powdered sugar and strawberries, some sort of cake thing, some scrambled eggs with a little bit of bacon, a pretzel, sausage, and, you know, watermelon so that there's like health food. Alright, I just left the club lounge. It was very good. I had a nice spread of breakfast items. It was fun to be in there. I didn't get to spend a whole lot of time there, relatively speaking, maybe like 20-30 minutes, because my gate is, like I said, on the opposite side of the airport, or the opposite side of the terminal. And I still have to do exit customs and all that sort of stuff, so wise not to just chill there too long. But overall, nice experience. Good to be able to go in there. All right, just behind me I completed exit customs, which was easy. No questions, they just look for your stamp, scan you, all that sort of stuff. Although it did take her a long time because my passport has tons of stamps in it, especially even to Germany, so she like had to find the exact one that matches it. Kind of felt bad for her. Up ahead, we're heading towards the gates that go to the US, which is probably what that all is. All right, behind me is secondary screening for entering the US. They didn't care because I'm an American, so I'm out, dog. Let's go home. So I should point something out. I was complaining earlier about how you have to wait these long gate lines and everything. And then I pointed out, like, oh, look, United's open's ready to go. It didn't occur to me, and it makes even more sense. United only operates one flight a day from here, just this one. And yet they still showed up early. They made sure the gate was completely open. Anybody can go in, easy access. Whereas something like, even, you know, like a Lufthansa isn't always open. It's like, dude, this is a hub for them. And they still... To be fair to Lufthansa, that airport lounge was very nice, so thank you for that. But still, do better, Europe. Do better. This was a good experience, though, because I'm not flying a European airline. All right, I've landed at Newark. Time to go through customs and all that fun stuff. I do have global entry, so I don't anticipate anything special happening. Cleared security, no problem. I'm officially back in the good old USA. Now, I have to get over to the C terminal and catch my flight home to Chicago. Reminder, if you enter the United States in transit, you still must not only clear U.S. customs, but if you intend to continue onward with your flight, you must go through security again. I am back, and I am exhausted. So I'm going to go home and go to sleep. So if you guys can do me a favor, please like this video, comment down below, subscribe if you haven't done that before. Check out all the social media stuff, description, Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, Discord, Patreon, Spreadshirt, etc. I appreciate the support. Thank you so much. I really need to go to bed. Good night.